On this next episode of Outlook TV, Night Shift Pride in Victoria.
Vince Kanasoot and Theatre Under the Stars.
The Mabel League gets dressed up, in costumes, and much, much more.
Hello and welcome to Outlook TV. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay, and ballyhoo, look at you. You're watching the Queer Magazine news show that brings you all the stories that matter the most from coast
To coast.
That's right.
We're going to kick it off in Victoria with The Night Shift.
A night at the museum with a bunch of queers performing. What could happen there?
Dunno, but let's find out.
We're here in Old Town in the Royal British Columbia Museum in Victoria, British Columbia for a first time ever event, Night Shift Pride. Come and see what it's all about.
Atomic Productions has partnered with the museum in the past to do Night Shift, this incredible event that goes all over the museum, from the galleries to the woolly mammoth to the Old Town. And this is the first year, but they're doing a Night Shift Pride, so it's very exciting. I got hired to produce a show in Old Town, so they've made us this beautiful show, and Victoria has an incredible rich history of bordellos. And so Madame Gouda Gabor and her Shady Ladies are taking over Old Town tonight.
Our museum is all about stories, and we're about community. And you can't have stories about community and not be looking at the LGBTQ community. So 2 years ago, we did our first event on a fairly small scale. We weren't too sure what the uptake would be, and it was about 150 people here in Old Town, and we brought pride to the streets of Old Town then. And we did that a couple of years in a row. We had some quieter activities like a living library, so people were our books, and folks sat down and talked to them about some of the history here in British Columbia. And then we decided, you know what, this is going really well. It's time to amp it up a little bit.
What is the House of Gabor?
It's just a charitable and entertainment company where we come together, drag artists, and put on shows. We've raised, for example, I think almost $25,000 cash for the Victoria Pride Society, and presented Boys in the Band this Pride Week, co-presented at Intrepid Theatre, and the beach party at the Capitol Ballroom, all this week for Pride.
All stuff to steal from the night sky will never be enough. Never be enough.
So the Gay Guide was first produced in the 1960s, and it was written by anonymously. A man used to answer a lot of questions from the newspaper, and he thought, you know what, people who are new to this town or to the province, or who are new to being coming out, they need a little help. So he wrote a guide about where to meet people, how to date, how to interact and talk to one another. So we had that copy here, and we brought it out a few years ago. And at the time, we only knew it was an anonymous person, and through these events, we found out who actually wrote it. And last year, he came to our event and sat with the document and talked a bit more about its history.
I host and organize the Mr. Ms. Mixter Gay Vancouver Island contest, and this year our two title holders are a Mr. and a Mixter. The community wanted a non-binary title, and we were happy to comply.
What drag queens just never seem to do enough of?
What's that?
Brunch.
I heard that Positive Living had another one. It was a drag brunch, right?
Yeah.
So you would call it a drunch?
Don't think that's going to catch on. No.
Okay, I'm going to make it a thing.
We're at Drag Brunch benefiting Positive Living BC. We've got amazing performances by the best drag queens in Vancouver, as well as a silent auction and raffles. Let's go find out more about this amazing event for Positive Living BC.
Today at the
Junction. It's for the Positive Living Society, and I'm so excited. We've got, I don't know how they did it at this time of day, but they have gathered the best, the creme de la creme of drag in the city of Vancouver. They grabbed Carlotta, Sienna Blaze, all my bitches, Jaylene Time, and myself. I'm emceeing, and it's going to be so spectacular. And they've got, careful, there's like sort of nude pictures behind me, but it's all art. It's all in the name of art.
We recognized a couple years ago that we've kind of lost our connection into the drag community, who was always our main support. The beginning of the epidemic, the beginning of everything is drag. So, you know, my past as a drag persona and knowing all the queens in the courts and stuff, I really felt we needed to get more back into it. And so this is the genesis of that kind of thinking to get us to a place where now we're doing a drag brunch because it's our community, and this community supports us so much that we want to show appreciation and honor the drag queens and honor the people.
I'm here with my partner, and we're both really into the drag community. We like to support, and it's also Pride, so we're very excited about it.
And today we have amazing performances, and it's all a fundraiser for Positive Living BC. And is that one of the reasons why you're coming here?
Absolutely. We love to donate, and we love to show our support.
I'm also a volunteer for Positive Living. I believe in the organization. I think we're in an era where we really need to up our funds and donations to such a great cause, because, you know, people are still living with HIV, and it's very important to be not forgetting that, you know, there's a lot of people that need our donations.
What are the sisters doing here today?
Today we're here in support of Positive Living at the brunch, and we're selling 50-50 tickets.
Nice. And this is Sister Fancy Pants for Outlook TV at the Junction in Vancouver, BC.
We have to take a little break now.
You have to go out into the world and tell them that Drunch is a thing.
It's not a thing.
It'll be a thing.
Won't be a thing.
Hi, my name is Bracken, and you're watching Outlook TV.
While in Victoria, the Outlook TV crew was provided services from the following companies: Gayvan.com Travel Marketing, Hotel Grand Pacific, Destination Greater Victoria, Transportation for the Outlook TV crew was provided by Helijet. Helijet operates regularly scheduled flights between downtown Vancouver, Victoria, and Nanaimo.
Helijet flies between Victoria and Vancouver day and night, rain or shine. Now offering free parking and shuttle service for passengers at all terminals. For flight schedules and bookings, call 1-800-665-4354 or visit helijet.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV.
So in this next segment, Rebecca, it's called the Mabel League. Is that like Maybelline?
No, nothing like Maybelline. It's a fast-pitch softball league.
Oh, but you can still put on makeup.
Oh yeah, totally, especially at the tournament where everybody goes in costume, which is what this piece is about.
Ooh.
It's a sunny Saturday. We're here at a ballpark at Kits, and we're here to check out Mabel League's costume parade. Let's see what the costumes and skits are going to be this year.
For this match against Slytherin, Gryffindor once again relies on our excellent seeker, Harry Potter.
it's amazing to go to a place where people are using your proper pronouns and totally like get you and understand you, and if not, they're willing to like talk to you and learn to be inclusive. So I think that's what the Little League is all about, the Mabel League is all about, and yeah, I really enjoy that aspect of it. Well, we're the May Bees. We have an amazing player that's also called May, so we're May's Bees. So we just played around with it a whole bunch of different ways, and we just love being bees. There's so many cheers that we can do being bees.
Like, believe in yourself.
Yeah, oh bee, oh my, that was a great hit.
Being among a bunch of other badass queer people of all varieties who all have a lot of fun. Like, it's a really social and like humorous league, like lots of good energy here, which I think is just great. Everyone gets together in between games, we're all watching games together, cheering, and we're all just as engaged and supportive. Like, our team isn't a great team, but everyone has such nice things to say, and it's always a positive interaction. Being seen is really important, and it feels safe. I know people think that we're past all of that, but we're really not. I mean, I have friends who still who get called awful things just on Commercial Drive, which should be a hub of queer activity.
It's the best thing to do over summer with your friends.
Look at the queers. Take a look around you. Look how many queers there is out here. That's what keeps me coming back.
Somebody help me! Jump in the line, rock your body in time. Shake, shake.
Well, those were amazing, and I guess I have a few ideas for Halloween this year now. This is Emmanuel Villamejor for Outlook TV.
And now it's time for the Women in Film Spotlight Awards.
And I heard that the queers in attendance to that were just racking in the awards and trophies and statues. What did they hand out?
I don't know, we'll have to tune in and see, but definitely the queers cleaned up. Ooh.
What's up, Canada? Thank you for watching Outlook TV. My name is Warm, and I'm at the Women in Film Spotlight Awards 2019. Kind of my happy place. There's a lot of amazing, powerful women that I look up to, and also, they can cast me.
It's very special to put on these awards. It's special because it means so much to these women who are getting the awards and to the community. So it's a real privilege to be in this position and to put these awards on.
Nights like this, I think, are so important because we acknowledge all of the people who've been working so hard for decades to make it happen. We encourage the people that are coming up. I love the Newcomer Award and those kinds of awards that really, lift the women up and encourage people to get involved and to keep advocating.
I'm very honored to be being presented with the Innovation Award. And it's just really thrilling to have all the work that not just me, but my team has done being recognized. This year's Spotlight Awards are really paying attention to different intersecting identities, along with people being women, and how these inform people's creativity, their production, their acting, their writing, their directing.
Mother!
The Switch is a sitcom created by and starring transgender people. It's a 6-part TV sitcom because we wanted to make trans content not just by the community, not just starring the community, but that was entertaining and fun. So people would be like, I want to watch this. Oh, by the way, it's about trans people. And I think we did that. We did this wonderful thing that's shot and set in East Vancouver with a heck of a lot of trans spectrum people in it, in front of the camera, behind the camera, writing it, etc.
huge honor and responsibility to do the movies programming for OutTV. So they brought me on because of my esoteric body of knowledge about queer films, and I was able to bring in some really great classics, including local fantastic films like Forbidden Love, which was made locally by Erlen Weissman, like Better Than Chocolate. So films featuring women that you don't get to see every day. Even Forbidden Love, you can't really access it anywhere, and it's a classic. It's essential to our knowledge of ourselves. We're really great to create a documentary project like Bigger. And in the queer community, we know sometimes there is sizeism. Sometimes we're not always the best with intersectionality, and that includes understanding that all shapes and sizes are welcome in the queer community. I decided I wanted to work with people of color mainly, who are largely the most affected group by anti-fat bias and attitudes. And so I brought a group of like-minded people together and captured their stories.
From the Women in Film and Television Awards 2019 for Outlook TV, my name is Lyra Wen.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to succeed at drag?
Youth, beauty.
Is that it? Well, why aren't you succeeding?
Good outfit. I lack the youth and the beauty. But I hear that some kids were doing it really well in this documentary we're about to see. They went all the way to Montreal.
The art of drag is everywhere, and now even the kids have the cure. CBC has just released a documentary called Drag Kids. We're meeting today one of the stars of the documentary, Breakin, at our house to talk about the documentary and her experiences with the other drag children.
Well, I've always grown up with drag being part of my life. I was very involved with the community through my mom, who had a lot of friends who were drag queens and just part of that community. So it's always kind of a part of my life. It was never something I didn't know about. But then it was only after I started watching Drag Race with my mom, and we started kind of chatting about drag, and I was just in love with how all the queens looked and their how big everything was. And then I asked my mom if I could do drag, and that's kind of how it got started. As a person, I am already really big, loud, bubbly, crazy, excitable, but I just dialed that up to 100. So I just basically double that, and then this is what happens. A lot of my hats my mom makes, so like this my mom made. When I did the documentary, that was my first interaction I ever had with other drag kids. So it was just so cool to see the different dynamics of people that have the same interests as me and have the same passions. Because growing up in the drag community, the only other drag queens I see are adults. So to be able to connect with kids who have kind of they've run the same race as me, they've done the same thing, they've been fighting as hard as I am to be part of this community. It was just really cool, and also to see all the different styles, because we're all really different. I mean, we made so many really cool memories, but I think that I have a few really awesome memories. But I think most of it was just us hanging out and just having fun. We went out and we got frozen yogurt together, and we hung out, we played hide and seek in the hotel room, and we dressed up in all of our outfits, tried on each other's stuff, tried on each other's dresses, shoes. I would really like people to take from the documentary that kids also do drag, kids also are part of this community, and we are also here doing this. There should be more spaces for kids to be able to perform.
Make sure you watch Drag Kids on CBC, CBC streaming sites, and all festivals around North America. For Outlook TV, this is Ollie in Vancouver.
It's time for us to take another little break.
I have to go searching for my youth again. Youth? Youth? Are you there?
It's gone, dude. Just let it go.
If I had a little money, it's a rich man's world.
While in Victoria, the Outlook TV crew was provided services from the following companies: Gayvan.com Travel Marketing, Hotel Grand Pacific. Destination Greater Victoria. Transportation for the Outlook TV crew was provided by Helijet. Helijet operates regularly scheduled flights between downtown Vancouver, Victoria, and Nanaimo.
Helijet flies between Victoria and Vancouver day and night, rain or shine. Now offering free parking and shuttle service for passengers at all terminals. For flight schedules and bookings, call 1-800-665-4354 or visit helijet.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Outlook TV. And we're going to go now and follow a Vancouver performer to work at Theatre Under the Stars.
We got to profile a person whose name I'm just in love with, Vince Kanasoot.
We're at the Malcolm Bowl in Vancouver Stanley Park, where Theatre Under the Stars are going to be performing the hit musicals Mamma Mia and Disney's Newsies this summer season. Today we're going to talk with one of the actors, Vince Kanasoot, about what he's doing this year and find out more about his career.
Money, 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 must be funny in a rich man's world.
We are going to work through a few different numbers and scenes in the show. We've had a few tech runs already, and we've worked with costumes. So we're going to work on some choreography today and just fixing things up.
In a rich man's world.
I grew up dancing and singing. Growing up, I was heavily involved with ballet, jazz dance, contemporary tap, hip-hop, musical theater, piano, voice. I did lots of competitions and festivals and recitals, and it was always my dream to be a dancer and musical theater performer, so I went for it. And after I graduated high school, I danced for Princess Cruises in Royal Caribbean, and I also did musicals around Canada.
If I had a little money, it's a rich man's world.
I'm also the Pride representative for Theatre Under the Stars this year, so I wrote a blog post for the Vancouver Pride Society. I volunteered for the hymn clinic as well, which is always a lot of fun, and sometimes I go to the hymn events, like the free yoga activities that they have.
You're also working on a novel. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
My novel is about a former professional dancer, musical theater performer who now works in communications. So it's loosely based on my life, but it is so much more. It's a romantic comedy, and it takes place in New York, and it's a little bit of a spoof on the social media culture. I'm very involved with the business community here in Vancouver. I regularly attend events put on by Pride at Work and Start Proud. Pride at Work is a national organization that regularly hosts different events and networking opportunities and different programs to encourage businesses to facilitate inclusion and diversity in their workplaces.
I had a little money, it's a rich man's world.
For Outlook TV, this is Angus Pratt at Theatre Under the Stars in Vancouver.
You know another thing drag queens just don't do enough of? Play softball.
Yeah, but if it was drag queens doing it, you could call it Dragball.
Okay, now that one's gonna catch
You
on.
think?
I
You think? Okay, okay. Here comes the Dragball in Victoria.
We're at Dragball in Victoria, BC. It's the start of Victoria Pride season, so let's go find out more about this fun event.
Bat and pet. Heavy hitter.
Memorial Dragball game was started 20 years ago by a group of friends who just wanted to get away from the politics and the actual reality of our lives at that time, and we decided to go to the park and hang out. And then some of the creators died, and so that's why it's the Memorial Dragball game. And we come every year. We have minimal commercialism. It's just a family day, picnic, hangout. no responsibilities, and we totally make a fun of ourselves and just relax and let it go. Nothing serious at all.
Look at that! Run! Oh!
I'll be playing with the drag queens today.
Have you played with them before?
I have. This will be my 3rd year playing Dragball.
Nice. And what keeps bringing you back?
It's like the Pride kickoff in Victoria. It's an awesome memorial Dragball game that happens every year, and it's so much fun.
In pink and performance-enhancing calf socks.
What keeps bringing you back?
Oh, the community, the frivolity, the whimsy, the hot dogs. It's a great day for Pride.
Oh, we have a throwdown at home. The kings are fighting with each other.
Dragball is a foundational event for Victoria Pride. It's the memorial Dragball game. It was founded a few decades ago when there was a great deal of loss in community due to the HIV/AIDS crisis. A group of drag performers and friends came together to play ball and just be together as community. And every year they've come back to this park and they play ball, and it started off as resilience and grieving, and then it turned into like celebration of community and thriving. And it's a great tradition to be a part of.
There it is! Oh, look at that! Toss it!
Oh, 3 up!
I love Victoria Pride Week. As a queer woman, I'm like, it just feels really great and inclusive. But I've always been busy, so I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna be here at all the events this week. So yeah, Dragball's a great way to start.
Nice. And what are your plans for Victoria Pride?
We are going to definitely be going to the parade on Saturday and then going to the festival afterwards. And I am probably also going to steal a dog and go to the great big dog gay walk.
Line drive to 3rd. Oh, Queen Joe.
And this is Sister Fancy Pants for Outlook TV in Victoria, BC for Dragball.
Alas, that is all the time we have for this episode of Outlook TV, but we'll be back before you know it.
Yes, and even faster than that, in a snap boom zing, is the internet, where you can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, Grindr, Scruff.
We're not on Grindr and Scruff.
Newt. I just invented that. Shoot us an email if you want to volunteer with us, because we need people all over this great Canadian country.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Rebecca Wyman.
And I'm Robert Mackay. Stay fabulous, Canada.